Hi, this is 365-801 and I'm building my TBR for Manga FREAK-A-THON. So this is going to be the buddy read for the month of October for me and Katie. I still have not got volume 7. It's still around £10 on Amazon, but I'm probably going to have to just bite the bullet and get it because we are supposed to read it in the month of October and we're doing it for the whole month. So if we don't manage to get it done, that's fine. And if we don't start it until like the last day, that's fine. We're doing it very relaxed because we didn't do very well in September. I still have not finished Challengers. I barely even started it. So yeah, that's the first one. We're doing Sweet Blood by Se-young Kim, a vampire-based Korean manhwa, published by Netcomics. Now, because I'm reading that Se-young Kim, I did think I could just read this one volume, Devil's Bride. Unfortunately, the old Tokyopop only published one volume, so I don't actually think I'll be able to find out what happens. It's just the first volume, but at least I could then read it and take it from my unread to my read pile, which would be nice. So I'm going to add this to my TBR. The other one I have here is The Vampire and His Pleasant Companions, Volume 1, another Volume 1. I don't have the rest of this. This is by Marimo Ragawa, and the stories by Narise Konohara, Yen Press. So this is going to be my Yen Press read for the month. In this drawer, I do have a few that I could read, but this is the fairly new one, and I'd like to read the ones that I've just purchased, and that is Wild Wild Wildlife. It's got some animal characteristics, so maybe that's something to read during the month of October. So I'm going to add this new one to my TBR. Now, I do usually try to read Like Chi Like Club. It's one of those that I really love reading around October as a paired read. But actually this year I might read Tokyo Ghoul by Sui Ishida. I have this volume 1. I got it from a charity shop for, it says £2.30. I don't even think I paid £2.30 for it. Maybe I did. But I remember, I think, getting it from a charity shop and not paying terribly much for it. So I haven't actually ever read this. And so this drawer is mostly full of unread things. So this one is going to get added to my TBR. In this drawer is one that I almost always read, and that is Total Eclipse of the Eternal Heart. If you haven't read it yet, I would highly recommend and give it a go, but because I've already read it and I'm going to try and use this month to read things I haven't read yet, I'm going to be reading Blood Honey. It's a vampire story. I know it's a vampire story, and it's one that I haven't read yet. I picked it up just last year, and I haven't actually taken the time to read it, so this is going to go onto my TBR. Another one that I've added to the collection fairly recently is Volume 2 for Mr. and Mistress. Now, I made a joke in my video last year doing spooky recommendations that you'd have to sell a kidney to get a copy. I still have both my kidneys, but I still managed to get one. So this is kind of like a demon story, maybe something to do with incubus or succubus or something like that. So it's one that should be appropriate for this season. It's also one that I'm excited about. It was the last one I think I've added that I was super excited about. So yeah, adding this to my TBR. One that I've been meaning to read for a while, but I've been saving it, is A Bloody Kiss Tonight by Makoto Tateno, another vampire-based one. This is one that I am a bit wary of just because it's Makoto Tateno, a Doki Doki title. But it says parental advisory, which means it's going to be a good time, right? It's going to be a good time. And another one is Wolf God, which I picked up last year and haven't read yet. Once again, this is just going to be a single volume, even though it's a series. Doki Doki did not publish the rest of I Tenkawa's series of Wolf God, so I will get this started and I will never know what happens, but at least I will know what it's about. So on to some Sublime. This is what is in my unread pile. And I just recently picked up volume 1 of MADK, which means I can finally read volume 2, which I've had in my collection for a while. I'm super excited about this. This is probably one of my most anticipated reads for October. Just so looking forward to reading this one. Ero Guro, so it's not for everyone and it's not for the faint of heart, but I've heard it's fantastic. And so I'm super excited about getting the plastic off of this Ryo Suzuri title. Another one here is Spiritual Police, which I haven't read. It's only 2 volumes, although there is more. I think at least a third volume, or maybe it was dropped by the Japanese publisher. But this Yokanita title is kind of related to Otodama and some of her other works, but I will add it if I've finished everything that I have on my list. So this is like a honourable mention to the list. This one by Jun Manga, Wild Honey, by Sei Takenaka, is kind of like a werewolfy one, something to do with that. I'm not entirely sure, but it's been here in this collection for such a long time that I kind of feel like I need a really good excuse and reason to get it finally read. I've been meaning to read it for several years now, and it's definitely going on my TBR for October. So this is everything that I'm planning on reading for the Manga Freakathon, minus all of the other volumes of Sweet Blood, obviously, up to volume 10. So it's going to be quite a few titles I am planning on reading. I'd love to know what your TBRs are for Manga Freakathon, if you take part every year. I'm really excited and looking forward to it. So yeah, let me know what you're reading and if you've got any recommendations that I should pick up. Obviously, there are quite a few titles that I have already read in my collection, so these are the unread ones. I did make a spooky recommendations video. I'll put a link up in the corner or down in the description. Go check that video out if you're looking for some more BL recommendations for spooky reads for Manga Freakathon. I look forward to it every year, so thanks to Bizarre Individual and Mark Reads Manga over on Instagram for hosting it again this year. I'm 365801 and I make videos about male romance, BL manga, yaoi and all that good stuff. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing and comment down below if you want to. Take care everyone, I will see you in the next video. Bye!